So my boyfriend's pet gecko died, and I wrote a short film about it. And now that short film is premiering at a film festival. Let me explain. I gotta start with the gecko though. Her name was Minnie, and Winston got her when he was like 8 years old. He figured that she'd live for like 5 years, maybe 7 tops. She lived for 15 years. Like all throughout his childhood into college. She was at his parents' house the whole time. Right after we graduated college, we moved to LA so that I could pursue an acting career. So Minnie the gecko is in New York and we are in LA and I'm auditioning. But all the roles I'm going out for are like stereotypical black roles or like the sidekick. All the meaty, fun, three-dimensional roles are going to girls that don't look like me. And listen, I love stories about being black, but I also want to tell stories where my blackness is not a main plot point. And they always say if you can't find the stories you want to see, make them. So cool, I decided I'm going to create that story myself and just make it. Meanwhile, Minnie, the pet gecko, is still in New York, and eventually Winston's parents are like, all right, y'all are settled. We're gonna bring you this gecko. Little known fact, you cannot commercially fly with live reptiles. So Winston's parents have to drive Minnie across the country to us. Now this is the part that I'm really not proud of. I was not entirely thrilled about the prospect of Minnie living with us. Not because of her, I love that gecko. But because if you didn't know, geckos eat crickets. And if you're a good pet owner, you feed your gecko live crickets. Crickets that are still alive. Which means you have to keep live bugs in your house at all times. Right. Unfortunately, Minnie did not survive the road trip. And while I was so heartbroken for Winston and watching his grief, I was also quietly relieved that I wouldn't have to have live bugs in my house. And then I immediately felt like the worst person in the world. And then I started thinking about how lonely that must be, to be like grieving the loss of something that was so dear to you. Other people just like really don't understand or care about, something like a gecko. And then I thought about a person who would throw a funeral for their gecko in their apartment. And then I thought about that person's ex who like really didn't like living with a gecko. I thought about the lengths that this person would go to mourn this gecko and potentially try to get her ex back. And then I thought, what if she were black? Just like coincidentally. So yeah, we made that film all by ourselves. We shot it in our apartment. It's dedicated to Minnie. Winston produced it, don't worry. I got his permission. And the film is not perfect. It was our first try at filmmaking, but I am so proud of it I could like cry. Somehow it's premiering at an Oscar qualifying short film festival? What are we talking about? Not only did Winston flawlessly produce it, but he was also our on-set cricket wrangler, which tells you all you need to know about what goes on in this film. Anyway, did I go too far? Maybe, probably, I don't know. But hopefully this story will help open up more stories for weird girls who throw funerals for their pet geckos and just happen to be black. Good night.